Okay, well, hello everyone. Hope you're all doing great today. Today we're going to try and focus the topic of this group on your interactions with people of a different race or ethnicity than yourselves.
All right, before we start, I'm just going to lay down the ground rules. This is going to be an open discussion, so be respectful and do not use any derogatory terms and try to keep it confidential because we want to have everyone feel comfortable to share. So now we're going to do a little bit of an exercise.
Yeah, just so that way everyone's more comfortable with the situation and also so you guys feel comfortable talking amongst yourselves. So let's just go around the room and introduce yourselves, names, and also I want to hear who your closest friend is that is of a different ethnicity or race than yourself.
Yes.
So who
And you can tell us like where they're from
Right.
or how long you've known them, just to give us an idea.
I'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Joy, and my friend is half black, half Native American, and I've known her for about 1.5 years now.
Awesome.
My name's Naomi. I have a friend who's half, I guess Mexican or Hispanic and half American. And I've known her for about 10 years. She's one of my closest friends.
My name is Carrie, and one of my best friends, both my parents are from El Salvador.
My name is Hallelujah, and one of my close friends, she's from Vietnam.
How long you known her?
Since 2005, so about 5-6 years.
My name is Cindy. I have a friend who's half Puerto Rican and half African American.
My name is Michael. One of my best friends, his name is David. He's from Cambodia. Known him for actually just like 2 years.
Great. Great. And I guess my name is Carolina. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself first. But I'm currently in a relationship with someone who's from Pakistan. So definitely a different race.
I'm Callie, and closest friend I have, he's white.
That counts.
Definitely counts. So the point of this exercise is just so that you all are aware that, we do live in a very diverse society. We're not going to see people of the same race or ethnicity as ourselves walking around or interacting with them every day. We interact with people of a different race almost every day. And we want to make sure that you all have a better understanding of this and that, see where you guys stand on this issue maybe. If this is something that's unusual to you, or you embrace it, or how you deal with this in your everyday life as well. So how about we start with elaborating on how did you become friends with a person of a different race than yourself? Start off.
I'll start.
Okay, great, it's awesome.
We were on the same basketball team. I've met a lot of people who are different than myself because of basketball and sports. So probably most of my interactions with those who are of a different ethnicity than me are through basketball.
For me, it's through church. I have a really diverse congregation that I attend.
Yeah, I agree. I have a large group of friends from my church, but also that go here as well. And that's how I met her. She goes here.
Me and my friend met in high school, and we continued working with each other. So we still kept in touch.
I met my friend in school, so it's kind of in class, you have them in class, so you kind of go around and you always introduce yourself in the beginning of class, like that's kind of nice.
I met my friend through the dance community. There's a lot of different races.
Yeah, same goes for us as well, I'm not sure. Like just mutual friends, just meeting that way. And, it's interesting also to learn like how you can connect and interact with people of a different race than yourself. I mean, is there something that attracts that other person? Like that's is attracting? Like
Maybe finding like another person's culture interesting and trying to learn more about that, like something like that.
Nicole and I, the first thing we kind of clicked on was that she learned that I speak Spanish as well. So and not everybody here does. There's a large population of people who do speak Spanish here. And so she was kind of excited that I did, that I learned it at a really young age. So we kind of bonded over that, but we've remained really close friends, despite that, whether we have or not.
My friend and I bonded over art discussed with men in our singles group.
Of course,
Why
yes,
didn't they just
exactly.
ask us out? So even though we came from different cultures, we had that in common.
Yeah, that's actually nice.
Anybody else?
I mean, I guess for me and my friend, it was just we had a lot of similarities in terms of like what we liked and stuff. Both in the church and different churches, but a lot of similarities.
I think that's one of the things, like, even though we're from different cultures, like, we still have, like, a lot of things in similarity and things like that, so it's one of the things that I value about culture and stuff.
Now, going on a more negative approach, is there anything regarding those of a different culture or race that maybe frustrates you or bothers you? Something that you know that you can't seem to make friends with someone that's, of a different culture than you. I mean, clearly, everyone in this room has a close friend that isn't of the same culture or race, but, sometimes there is that buffer that prevents you from reaching out to other people. Has anyone ever experienced this or felt this way?
Sometimes I have a hard time understanding accents. Part of that might be I'm hard of hearing anyway, so and then you throw in an accent that's hard to understand sometimes. It makes it really difficult. It's not that I wouldn't become their friend. It's a little bit of a barrier to getting to know them. So I can't hear them very well or understand them very well. So that's just something I feel like.
I would say those who maybe have a different religion and it's kind of tied into their culture or ethnicity is kind of a barrier for me because I'm a Christian. And that would probably be the only thing that I would say with anyone that's kind of hard to get past because that's really big in my life. And so those that kind of tie in their religion with their, their cultural background would make it difficult for me.
Yeah. How does anybody else feel in this room about religion? Is that an important aspect as well?
I mean,
It is a big issue. I mean, it not only is, it's your set of morals and beliefs and your foundation, but it's also, for some, a big part of their culture. So I think knowing how we can get, sometimes if we can get past that or even learn to accept that, definitely that'll open ourselves to developing better relationships with others. And developing better relationships with others will help us, be able to express ourselves and just make ourselves overall better people. Because we want to make sure that we have good relationships with other people.
I agree. I think, you pretty much summed everything up, and I don't know if you have any more things.
Let's see. I mean, how do you all feel about this topic at least? Is this a little bit, making you realize how, often you live in a very diverse culture? Or is this something you've already known?
From my personal experience, I transferred here from another school, and it was in Richmond, Virginia. So the school I went to was not very diverse at all, and I'm not from this area, so I am not. When I got here, I was like, whoa, I am not used to this. I'm used to a lot of white people and a little bit of black people, and that's pretty much it. And so when I got here, I was just like, wow, it changes your perspective, but you get to meet so many different people with different backgrounds, and it's an experience that you can't get in many other universities because based on the location of the university, that's what type of people you're going to get. So I guess I would say I wasn't raised in a very diverse area, but I think it's important.
Where were you from originally?
Lynchburg, Virginia.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
I had the same experience. I'm from Portland, Oregon originally. And it's not, it's more diverse now than it was before, but typically not really. I mean, nothing like this place. So when I came out to DC, I couldn't believe it.
I was raised here, but I went to a high school that was, the majority was white, wealthy, middle class, upper middle class, white kids. And I didn't go away to college when I graduated high school, and I went to Nova. I transferred to Nova, and I was like, even growing up here, I was still kind of in a culture shock, even though I was from here. And then when I came here, I realized how also getting a job, like working in a job where I worked with at a hospital I work at now, I work with a lot of different races. It's so culturally diverse. There's so many different people, but it's awesome. I love it because I get to it makes me kind of open my eyes to the differences, and I learn about a lot of different cultures. And I'm blessed to have that, I think.
That's really great, thank you. Is there anybody else? Because I think the whole aspect of being a culture shock, you know, I'll agree with that too. I also transferred, you know, when I was in college, and it was a shock. And I've been through my, you know, high school. I was also in a, I guess you would say, an all-white, upper middle class area, and you know, living in this area my entire life is just, wow. I mean, I'm a Hispanic, but you know, I was only exposed to one type of race, and it was definitely interesting for me to finally embrace, you know, who I am and also accept other people. And I think that made me a more well-rounded and open person, which is what I hope, you know, we're all trying to aspire for you guys as well.
I mean, I can definitely relate to that story because I was born and raised in Ethiopia, and like everyone there is Ethiopian. So when I came here, you know, you have all these different people from different cultures, and I love meeting like new people and learning about their cultures because it makes you a better person. I think, you know, just not being focused on your own race or culture, just not knowing only that, but just learning from other people. So I think diversity is very important.
There's definitely a lot we can learn.
It just makes sense for like the rest of the world, just not being narrow into one culture, but just seeing everybody else kind of opens up your eye for the rest of the world. There's more out there than just this.
Yeah, exactly. And so we hope what we take from this group meeting at least is that, you know, you're more open and aware of the diversity that's around you, and that you should continue to learn from it. You know, as she said, you know, let's not be let's not be narrow-minded about this. Let's be open and try and accept and learn those different cultures.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.